Last time Manuel was on the podcast, he had 800 subscribers, and now he has 26,000.
Wait,
The
really?
last pod, yeah, he had
Wait,
800 subscribers.
last time I had 800?
Yeah,
Dude, that's crazy. That is crazy. I didn't like that caught me off guard. That's
it's
so
crazy.
wow.
I was also like very shocked because the title of the last podcast is our 800 subs channel collab Mr. Beast. So yeah, in the last podcast we talked about how he started YouTube, his dream collab, creator now, and how he films his videos. And in this podcast we're going to talk about his most recent video and how insane it is and how he grew 20,000 subscribers in 5 months. So tell us about your most recent video.
Well, I sneaked into Los Angeles Fashion Week and walked the runway wearing a garbage bag. Yeah, that happened. I'm still in shock that even happened, man. That was a really fun those videos about like sneaking into places are so fun for me. But at the time of filming, it's one of the most stressful videos ever. This place was packed with security, and we had somewhat of a plan, but it was really kind of like a shot in the dark. We didn't know if it was going to work or not. And shortly, I think we just were able to get lucky, and eventually, I had to make a run for it and kind of full send it and go in there with brutal force, which is never a good. It's just never a good option. But I ended up doing it because I'm like, you know what? If I don't do this, there's not gonna be a video to be made. I have to. Like, for a while, I don't believe in failure anymore. I just don't. Like, I'm not gonna accept that as a thing. So it's been a really long time since I failed a video, and right now I'm at a point where like I'll die before I fail. I'm not failing again. So yeah, I mean, I was really outgunned, outsmarted. All these people were like these people are high, top notch in just like in life. Like they're ready. They're like the security was absolutely insane. So I had to be ready to kind of like play dirty a little bit and then try to find a way to sneak in. So, but yeah, I mean, I ended up sneaking in also because I wanted to prove that that confidence can get you far. And it's funny looking back at it, I learned something about confidence that I didn't. I guess maybe sometimes you know certain things, but it's good to have a reminder. And I learned that confidence is not necessarily going in there and knowing that you're just going to storm in and win everything without being like even touched, I think confidence, knowing the opponent, knowing that it's going to be hard and it's going to suck sometimes, but that you can still do it. And against all odds, you can pull it off. And that second day, like with the first day, I tried going in the first day. We make it past all 2 levels of security, but there's the third one, which is walking the runway, which is the hardest. Like, it's like there's so many people, media there, security there. And a part of me is like, okay, like, what do I do right now? It's like there's so much tension and so much pressure built on that moment because I'm like, I have to walk it. If I don't, there's no video. And, failing that first really put things into perspective for me, for where I was like, man, this sucks. And all my friends were like, no, you're going back and you're going to get arrested. It's not a good idea. Yeah, man, I took a shot in the dark again. And
getting arrested for a YouTube video.
Whatever it takes, but definitely don't get arrested. But that second day, I just went in and I was, you're going to need an army to stop me. Even though that's a lie. It probably would only take one security guard, but there's nothing's going to stop me from walking that runway. And I was ready for all scenarios. I was like arrested, getting tackled, whatever it may be. But no, luckily,
the garbage bag was ready to protect you.
It was indeed ready to protect me.
So you were sitting down in the crowd and then you got on the runway?
So we went in, and as you're going in, there's so many levels of security. There's so many people there who know what's going on. So we had to infiltrate that first. So I went in as a fake volunteer. I actually signed up there's a part in the video that didn't make it. I signed up to be a model, and I tried being like an actual model for the show, but I ended up doing a mistake. This was my bad.
Was it before you snuck in, or?
No, they had like open castings. So basically you can sign up to be a model, right? But ideally they're going to pick someone who has like experience and who's tall and an actual model. And I'm none of those things. So also it was like a huge line, and I'm not waiting in line. I was with my friend Nassim too. And Nassim is also a menace. So we're like, yeah, we're not waiting in line. And we just storm in and like literally just go in where the models are. And they're like, what are you doing here? And then we just get kicked out immediately. But I had such a bad angle. The audio was bad that sadly didn't make it in. But long story short, I signed up to be a volunteer before the show even starts. And I get a whole list of the like what they're wearing, what's going on. But the biggest issue is like we can dress like them, or name's still not going to be on the list. I knew that was going to be a problem, but then I just ended up saying, like, showing a fake email that I did like the day before, and I get into
And then
like,
the guy gave you the
dude, that other guy questioned us. I was so scared. I actually, funny enough, I don't know if I even put it in the video. I've edited this video for so long now that I forget certain things, but he asked us, are we like, who are we with? And I say, Getty. I was like, he's like, Getty Images. We only have one photographer for Getty Images. And I was like, oh no, we're videographers. And then I go on and I say,
that was a good save, the videographer thing.
bro, I was so scared. Like, you can hear him stuttering. And I was like, man, our bosses are gonna be so mad. Like, I told him this. Our bosses are gonna be so mad if they find this out. He looks at me, you know what, man? I'm gonna get you passes right now. And he gives us the passes that we need. And I was like, that
Did
moment.
he get fired? I want to know if he got fired.
No, I think it's also clear to me, like, I'm a little bit of a menace, but I want to have a reason for why I'm doing these things. I don't just want to be like I love Nelk. I love Nelk, but I don't want to just like disturb the peace without having, and I want to target.
Niggas don't care.
Yeah. But I mean, I was targeting here, not the volunteers or the workers. I was just targeting the fashion world in general. And they just happened to be a natural obstacle in the way. So, sadly, I had to get through to them, make my statement. So, but yeah, he probably didn't get fired. But I'll tell you what, the head of security was extremely mad that I met with him in the bathroom and I said, nice suit. And he had no idea that I was sneaking in. And
did you just find him in the bathroom?
Yeah. So I go Dara go in the bathroom after we pass level 1, and we see him in the bathroom. And I say, nice suit, because I thought he was a normal guest. Later on, I find out that he's the head of security. And I'm like, oh, wow. And the second day after I sneak in, after I do the walk, I get kicked out 20 seconds after I sit down. And
the guy who kicked you out in the...
That was a regular security guy. He was actually super chill. He was super nice about kicking me out. As nice as you can be about kicking someone out. Bro, you can't do that. That's weird. And then the other guy comes out and he's like, what are you doing here? We kicked you out yesterday. You can't be doing this. He was extremely mad. And I was just doing my best to like, oh, I'm sorry, and whatever. And I tried going away. And as I was going away, people actually started like to chase me. And I literally just ran away. I booked it. So it was quite the experience, I'll tell you that.
I can definitely tell, like, just from the video, it's a cool experience. Like, the end cut short, kind of, because like he kicks you out and you start running. Is there something else that happened when you got kicked out? Like,
or... yeah, I mean, I was really nervous the entire time. Like, people, I don't know, some people comment like, oh, like sneaking king, or man, you're so good at it. I had no plan going into this. So I was really nervous the entire time, and I get like really stressed out. But I try to stay calm. But when they kicked me out, I was
the king of confidence. He did it again.
Yeah, this is next level. I'm like, I'm obviously grateful for those comments, but the reality of the matter is that I was freaking out, and I get kicked out. And I'm able to record one security guard, but the other guy who got really, I was not able to record him because I accidentally clicked out of the video. So then I click out of the video. I start recording again as the security guards are chasing me, but I just don't get a good angle. And yeah, I mean, those are obvious. Like I'm not gonna show the worst angle to the audience, and like I'm telling them, oh, security is chasing me, but you can't see them. It's a little bit of like, oh, that's is he being for real now? And I just didn't put it in because it just bad angle, bad audio. But yeah, they started chasing me, and I just started running as fast as I could. So
yeah. Like, did you mentioned that your friend Ellie did that video? Did you get that idea from her, or was it...
Yeah, well, I always wanted to do. There's something to me that comes natural to me where I'm like the small little Cuban kid, and I want to target these big industries that for years have been known to be like done some pretty sketchy things or have not been fair. And the fashion industry for me, I'm like, man, that is perfect. I have a natural, like, I hate those guys. So I was like, I'm ready to take them on. The packaging in the video, I think, fit best with a garbage bag. I was thinking about like a diaper or potentially doing it with like transparent clothes, but the best was a garbage bag. Like, that is literally like the biggest statement. Me and Ellie are also super close, so we talk all the time. And I saw her make that video, and I was like impressed because she did a great job. But I also saw a couple of flaws in the video, which every video has flaws. Even my video has flaws.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? The biggest thing that she didn't do was she walked the runway. So I was like, the fact that she didn't do that and her storyline was a lot different than mine. So I'm like, I feel confident enough to make this video, Manuel Boza video. So I was like, I have to walk the runway. And that's why I had so much pressure going into it. Because I'm like, if I don't walk the runway, this video is horrible.
Yeah, the whole point of sneaking through it normally, but
right. Like the thumbnail is literally me on the runway.
Yeah.
And like, if I don't complete that, I'm like, that is horrible. So I was ready to go. And yeah, I mean, it was awesome. It was really awesome because I for that first day that I got caught, I actually thought I was gonna quit, and like a part of me was like,
yeah,
I think I'm done.
you quit. Like, where did you continue? What's if you guys of your friends, like you mentioned before? You got the video.
Man, there used to be a time, like you can go through my old YouTube videos. There used to be a time where like I used to quit everything. Like when it got hard, I just quit, and I remember like hating myself for that. I'm like, man, like every time I do a challenge, I just quit. And the first time when I first moved to Los Angeles, I remember before I did a video where I was trying to convince millionaires to let me inside their house. That's the video that I did. I read a quote that says, don't even ask if it's possible because it is, but it's going to take everything you got. And I remember reading that. And I was like, before I did that video, and I was like, damn, that's like interesting. So I was knocking on doors trying to ask millionaires to let me inside their house. And I spent all day knocking on doors. And I was so tired, but I kept telling myself, I'm like, this is not everything I got. I got more to give. I got more. And when I gave it all, when I just literally, that's when I succeeded. And I told myself, I'm like, man, I didn't even have a chance to walk that runway. Like, that's messed up. Like I didn't give it everything I had. And I knew that. And that was a big reason. I also talked to, I don't know if I should mention it because I don't know if they want to be associated with.
I can believe it out.
I think they wouldn't mind. But I talked to a YouTuber. Okay, if I should mention. I'm not going to mention just in case. But I talked to a YouTuber, right? And I'm sure people know of this person. And they basically, I asked them because they have experience doing some videos like this. I told them, okay. Yeah. I was like, hey, the person saw me, the YouTuber saw me wearing the black lipstick. I was like all-time low already. And he's like, what the heck's going on right here? I told him about what I was doing. And they basically told me that I could go for it. They gave me the green light where they were like, I think you'll be fine. I don't think you will be arrested. But you never know, right? Like that is just after all an opinion and we can all be wrong. So, but having his sort of approval was definitely more of like, okay, I think I'm
more of like it's possible.
Yeah, for sure. And I look up to this guy. So like it was an easy decision to go back, not only for myself, but like knowing that they sort of gave me that push. And I always, like, I don't know why, but I relate everything back to my family. And I try to go back to Cuba. And I'm like, I got to do this for them. Because if I lose, so if I win, they win.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's what I like to think of things. But yeah, it was just, I just had to prove it to myself that I could do it. That's essentially why I went back. I'm like, these people aren't going to get the best of me. I didn't give it everything I had. So they'll see me back again tomorrow.
Yeah. And also persistence is key. So
it is. I mean,
everything.
You know, there's a difference because I've always been very stubborn in my entire life. And I'm starting to understand that there's a difference between being stubborn and being determined. Because when you're stubborn, you don't listen. And I'm doing a much better job of like understanding that when you want to push the limits, right? Even not just thinking in, but like, let's say you want to upload 5 podcasts, maybe you can do that, right? Like maybe you could potentially do that for a week, but you'll probably burn out later on, right? So it's like a stubborn person, like keep going until they burn out. A determined person will understand that, hey, I have limits, and what are these limits, and how can I sort of go around them, and how can I make the most of what I have, and how can I start thinking long term as well. So I've been trying to be more determined and listen to other people because it's important to like understand that you don't know everything. Like just be flexible with your thinking. So like the entire time I was in the fashion show, I was always thinking of all the other scenarios that could potentially happen, right? Like I could potentially go to prison. I could potentially do this. Bad things can happen, you know? So I was ready for those things. And it's important to know that is a possibility as well. So that's why this video was so freaking stressful.
Have you experienced burnout yet? I haven't, but I have. Like I hadn't experienced burnout for like years, but I experienced like editing burnout where I just like didn't want to edit.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. But
like recording the actual videos, no.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely times where like I experienced burnout. Yeah, I mean, I think I haven't really taken a break since I started going hard.
I've taken a break for 8 years. So.
That's awesome. That's way longer than me. So applause to you. You're doing it, bro. Like I see your stuff, and it's cool to see how like persistent you are. And again, you're young. But don't let that get to your head too. I remember like people used to tell
Yeah.
me I will always work these jobs and I was way younger than everyone else. And people are like, oh, you're so young, whatever. But don't let that get to your head. Each thing. Like be like, I'm still gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it young. So yeah, I mean, I haven't experienced it to the point where I'm like, F YouTube, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. I've experienced it in times where I give it everything I have and the video does bad.
Yeah.
That kills me, man. That kills me. But I've been listening to Kobe Bryant a lot and some of like the interviews he's had and how he used that to like fuel him. So man, I've been using that too. It's just you got to control that. Obviously, you can't just like let that get to your head. But like you got to know when to use it. So, but I think motivation. People are like motivation's bad because it's only temporary. But I think it's
Mhm.
like I look at it as like a potential sprint. I'm like, just kind of have that in the back of your mind or like kind of pull that out of you, a little bit where like
Yeah.
that wakes you up and you need it sometimes because as much as I love the entire creating process, there's nothing when I see 6 hours on my timeline and I know there's 30 different camera angles because we sneaked in and I have to watch every single one of them. There's a part of me that's like, I don't want it, but I just take it out of
Yeah.
my head. I have to do this, and it's good to have inspiration and motivation. So I just sort of been mixing the two. And when the video performs, I'm back at it the next day or like the same day, and like I'm gonna work harder. And yeah, so
Yeah. And
yeah,
you can put full effort into all your videos. So like when one doesn't do well, it's like which happens to anyone. Like when even if you didn't put that much work into it, it'll always like hurt seeing like a 10 out of 10, 10 out of
yeah.
10, stuff like that.
Yeah. No, it stings a little, but it's also like I'm trying to look at it in a way where like Ellie talks about this a little bit, and Eric does a good job of this as well, where he looks at it more as a business and doesn't get
Mhm.
as emotionally attached, which I think it's good.
Better.
So I've been trying to do that and like trying to look at things objectively rather than emotionally. It's a little bit hard sometimes, right? Because like at the end of the day, it's our
Yeah.
channel. But I think I'm trying to get better at that right now. So
What's one place you want to sneak into next?
I have it in mind already, but I can't say because man, there's some guys out there who are going to try to steal my ideas that I have. So I do have to be careful. Like, man, it was kind of weird. I've never been copied. And again, I truly believe like YouTube, again, there's so many videos. It's okay to take inspiration and so
Yeah.
sort of like an artist. We all do it, but there's a difference between stealing like an artist and stealing like a thief. There was recently somebody literally stole my video, like the concept, right? Changed it around with one little thing and copied every word that I said. Like I'm not even joking, word by word, like sentence by sentence.
Like that one like guy that stole like Iraq thumbnails, like copy Mr. Beast videos.
Yeah, it's like that annoys me because I'm like, there's a difference, man. Like you still like an artist, like you really put your own touch and your own uniqueness to it. Like
Yeah.
I would say, like Ellie's a perfect example. I saw her do that video. I thought the packaging was
Mhm.
phenomenal. I have my own feelings of the fashion industry. Let me put my own unique style to it. And you can look at her
Yeah.
video, completely different. I think like her story is fashion industry sucks. My story is fashion industry's here. I am here. I'm gonna try to get here and lower them down with me. So
I did a video where I also like got the idea from someone else, which was my asking 100 content creators for advice on how to go on YouTube. And
Yeah.
that video is on a channel that got deleted. So, and I didn't save the video. So yeah, I don't have that video, but I still have like the clips of the people saying it. So I can easily remake it again. And I got that video idea from someone else. And I didn't notice, but the link to the video is the exact same video I copied it from, which I was like, when I saw it, I was like, it was so funny because like, yeah, it's like his was more like Minecraft based and mine was more like general based. And
yeah.
when I saw it was the same length, it was 7 minutes and 36 seconds. Both were the same length. I found it so funny.
Yeah. I mean, it's totally fine to like again, not just still like a thief. So that's why I'm very careful with giving ideas out, especially like just considering I think ideas are everything right now. So
Yeah.
but yeah, my next place is also true to me. Like I always wanted to do this, so I'm excited for it. But I think it's gonna probably be next year, which kind of sucks. But yeah, I need to see my family right now, and I'm not taking a break, but I just gotta see my family for a bit. So I haven't seen them in such a long time, and I could do that video. I could see my family, and I'm just gonna pick my family for now. Just because I think I can make a better video in the meantime. And yeah, but that place is another legendary sneaking video for sure. That one excites me a lot. I love the sneaking videos. I have to just be careful because I don't want to get flagged, but I love videos.
So you, like we mentioned at the beginning, you grew 20,000 subscribers in 5 months. Would you say it's mainly thanks to shorts?
Yeah, Yeah, shorts, man. I don't know how to feel about shorts right now. I think I'm kind of done with making shorts personally, for a while at least. I just think they really don't convert well. I don't believe that. I don't believe they convert
Mhm.
well. And like the best arguments, I say a photo, which he has done a good job, but it's also not the. I love the guy, but it's also not the best of job, and that it's not his fault, obviously. Like it's just like
Yeah.
and he has 6 million subscribers, and he gets 1 million views in the video, but barely pulling 1 million. And I don't think I'm not saying his videos are bad. I'm not saying he's doing a bad job. I just think like shorts are hard to transform an audience too. So look at Ellie as well. Ellie, I love Ellie, but she has 85,000 and her last video got 3K. Look at me. I'm at 26 and then my last video got 1K. So there's an obvious what's it called? There's a gap, and like I don't think you're gonna fill that gap with doing more shorts. I think
Yeah.
I personally would stop for a little bit. Maybe I try them out later on, but yeah, I mean, I think shorts. I attribute like collaborations. A part of it, luck, and the other part
Mhm.
just grind and hard work. I love this, and I want to succeed more than anything. So I'm gonna continue, and I'm not gonna stop, and I'm just not gonna stop. I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to grow like a channel with like a shorts audience, and I sent them the link. I started like 2 weeks ago. I uploaded videos and kind of stopped and upload one again.
Huh?
And do you have any tips for how someone can grow a shorts channel, kind of like how you did from 800 to 25,000? Because you, Ellie, and Tyler also grew like thousands of subs thanks to shorts.
Yeah, I mean we've grown a lot from it. I mean, I would say the biggest thing for shorts is I think your retention has to like if you really want to know if a short banks or not, your retention has to be 90% or higher. I have one short in my entire channel that doesn't have two have 90% and they've done well, which is the Batman one, which I guess I kind of trend jack, and the Mr. Beast one. I guess I don't know. I would just look at other shorts, find your own style, and make sure you're focusing on like how you can keep the viewer in there, but also like storytelling. I think don't just focus on like retention tactics. Like just focus on storytelling a little bit more. At least
Yeah.
that's what I'm so. But yeah, other than that, trend jacking is always gonna help. A topic that people care about. I think it's good. But I've done videos where I haven't really trend jacking and they've done a little bit good as far as shorts. So yeah.
Yeah. Would you say it's thanks to like the Creator Now Shorts Bootcamp? Mainly thanks to that, or?
I wasn't in that one, but I'm sure that one was helpful. I did take a workshop with Isaiah Photo. That was really helpful, just learning from the man himself. And yeah, I mean, I all my success comes from like other people. It really doesn't come like I work hard, but without learning from everyone else, it would definitely not be possible.
Yeah,
So
that's how a lot of big creators grew, like Arak with Logan Paul, Mr. Beat with PewDiePie.
yeah,
So yeah, and then after they grew off other people, look at them now.
yeah.
Yeah. So do you feel more pressure with the more subscribers you have, or?
No, I don't. I've been doing a better job of like just in general too. Like sometimes you're scared on camera, especially on other like big YouTubers videos, and you're scared of like, oh, who should I be? Like, what type of character should I play? And the biggest thing I've learned is like be yourself, because all the opportunities that I've gotten to like be in other people's videos have been just because I am myself. That's it.
Yeah.
So I don't care. They're like I can have 1 million or however much I have right now. I'm still gonna work as hard. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep grinding, and yeah, I don't. It doesn't pressure me.
Yeah, it's good. It doesn't pressure you because like it'll feel like you're working towards the same thing, and it will feel like the
Yeah,
same.
yeah. I mean, it's like the only difference is like I remember someone asking me this, like, "Oh, what happens when you like get successful? You're making money off of this and like this and that, blah blah." I'm like, I'm just gonna do more of it. Like I'm
The
just
same
gonna
thing at a bigger scale.
the bigger scale. Exactly. Like nothing's changing. It's like I get to have and I get to work hard and it's all fun for me. I got into this because of fun, so I don't feel any stress. No.
Yeah. So LA is like a big place. How do you keep on meeting new creators? Would you say it's mainly because of Creator Now, or mainly just like when you meet a new creator, they know other people? How would you say is the way you've met most of the people in
I mean,
LA creator
for
base?
sure, Creator Now has been such a huge help. They have done some in-person meetings recently, and I think that's so cool. Workshops, actually. So I went to the New York one. That was super fun. I went to the LA one. That was fun. So yeah, Creator Now has been a huge help. Just in general, sometimes like I know a friend of a friend who I've met, or like someone reaches out to me on Instagram saying, "Hey, if you need it." So a bit of randomness, but I guess if you put yourself out there, you're gonna meet people. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely true. If you put yourself out, you'll always keep on meeting new people. Those were all the questions I had. Do you have anything else you want to say, or?
My closing statement. Let me think. Last time I was here, I said I wanted a girlfriend, but let me just update you on that. I ended up getting one for a minute.
Really?
I did. And I had to drop it because of YouTube.
Ah.
Yeah. So after that goal, I have to. What did I say? Like, what was my last goal? I said I wanted to hit something by a certain time, right?
Yeah.
I think I might have said, oh, it doesn't matter. I wanna hit 100,000 by the end of the year.
You will. If in 5 months you got 20,000, you get 100,000.
Yeah, but I want to do it with long form. I want to do it with long form, and I believe I can. And yeah, I want to see better videos for myself, better quality, just in general. I think there's certain YouTubers who are slacking a little bit, and who they already have a big audience. They're already established, which is totally understandable. But they're sort of dropping the ball, not putting as much effort in. So for those guys, I'm coming. That's my message. Other than that, yeah, I'm just gonna keep having fun, and I'm happy that whoever watches my videos, whoever enjoys them, I'm really happy they do. And this is what I've wanted to do for the longest time. And the fact that I am doing it's like a dream come. The fact that I get to like meet people like you, completely on the other side of the world, and like freaking just like talk and like have like this connection. It's freaking awesome. So thank you. That's it. Just thank you for everything. So
you definitely will get your goals.
Oh, go ahead. No. I was gonna say right now, let's do a thing. Ready? One goal, each of us. So my goal is 100,000 by the end of the year. I would say strictly from long form, but maybe I post a short here and there, but mostly from last year.
Let me check my goals for 2022.
Let's go.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna beat this one out because I'm planning to make a video of this in the future. Okay. But I got bored and I decided to.
That's awesome, bro. That's actually quite exciting. Yeah, man. I think right now what you're doing too, like at your age, experimenting with as much as you can and just literally having fun is the correct thing to do. So that's awesome. Go for it.
I'll send you the link.
Yeah, hell yes. That's gonna be a banger video. I'm excited. Yeah. Yeah. Well, best of luck. Thank you again for having me on, bro. I actually love these little update videos. So if you need an extra guest or anything, let me know, and let's keep grinding. To the top we go.
Thank you so much for being on the podcast. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next episode of the NicoCast.